Welcome to the Athena Wellness Podcast, the show that invites you to take a seat around the community fire and listen to stories that inspire. I'm your host, Kathy Robinson, author, coach, and founder of Athena Wellness, a company that's dedicated to supporting you on your journey to live more wholeheartedly. Hello and welcome to episode 114. Thanks so much for joining me for this shortened Wellness Wednesday episode, a little midweek boost to help keep your warrior vibe high. Today I'm joined once again by Jill Thiry, the founder of Club Change, a virtual accountability group. In this episode, I turn the mic over to Jill, who talks us through one of her Club Change intention exercises. I do the exercise in real time and share the very surprising results that I am still working through. And now on to the show. I hope you enjoy the conversation. Once again, I'm joined by Jill Thiry, the founder of Club Change, which is a virtual accountability group. And I'd like to welcome you back, Jill. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks, Kathy. It's great to be here.
And I'm so pleased you've agreed to share one of your Club Change practices with our listeners. So I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
Oh, thank you so kindly. So I would like all of the listeners to grab a piece of paper, literally. I don't recommend you do this on your computer, a piece of paper and a pen, and to put that piece of paper in front of you in landscape mode. So right off the bat, turn it sideways to get out of your mind and maybe into your heart and gut a little bit. And I'm going to ask you one question. And what I'd like you to do is popcorn words. You're just going to write 1 or 2 word answers in all different directions, but use the whole sheet of paper. No horizontal list or vertical list, just put the words. And because this is a question that resonates so well with you, Kathy, I'm going to ask this question. And I'm going to ask it for a 2-month period so that if people enjoy this experience, they could join one of the 2-month clubs and get something out of it. So, who or what do you want to be in 2 months' time? So take it out 8 weeks to in 2 months, whatever date it is that you're listening to this. Who or what do you want to be at the end of 2 months? And write down all those words in 1 or 2 word clusters. No need to edit yourself. No need for full sentences. I can hear you all writing away. All different directions, maybe some in color, some in print. I can see that Kathy's a very thorough person. So I would probably recommend you stop at about 10 or 12. All right. So now I want you to take that sheet of paper and put it on top of your keyboard or on top of your desk in front of you, and take your hands palm up and put it on top of your sheet of paper. So put the pen down and close your eyes and tuck in your chin and align your ears over your shoulders and take a breath. Just be aware of your body being right here, right now. So inhale up the front of your body. Slowly exhale and just arrive here right now. Breathe in from the center of the earth, through you and all these words, up into the infinity of the universe. And as you exhale, just receive in from you everything that's around you. and allow your body, mind, and spirit to be right here in this chair, this moment, this time. And keep breathing that way. And you are here with all of these lovely words of intention for yourself. Without opening your eyes, I would just like you to love them all. Like inhale with your breath and just love all these words equally. And as you exhale, receive all these words equally. So allow these future words of intention to be with you right here, right now, in a very loving, kind, compassionate way. They're not scary. They're not impossible. They're just here. They're lovely intentions that you are on purpose bringing into this present moment right now. So breathe them in and receive them in. And then what I'd like you to do is keep your eyes closed, but tuck in your chin. So your closed eyes are facing your open palms. You can almost feel the chi, your energy, between your hands and your heart and your mind's eye. So almost bring that breath circular-wise and just continue to breathe in love. I'm just going to read you a poem by James Broughton that I love. So stay in this loving place because this is it. This is all there is, and it's perfect as it is. There is nowhere to go but here. There is nothing here but now. There's nothing now but this. And this is it. This is really it. This is all there is. And it's perfect as it is. So drink in that perfection that is you right now, right here with your intentions. And keep your eyes closed, but in a minute, I'll tell you you can open your eyes. When you do that, when I give you permission to do that, I want you to circle the one word or word cluster on this sheet of paper that most touches your heart right now in this beautiful moment of loving perfection of you with all your intentions. And when you're ready, open your eyes and circle one word that really touches your heart. And smile at it and love it. And now practice it and share it. I don't know if you want to share yours out loud or not, Kathy, but we would in our clubs, in the class, all inhale together and say, I choose, boom, your word. Then I will, boom. And then I am. You want to say that out loud? You want to share your word?
I will do that. Can I share my experience and then go through the mantra?
Sure.
So, I probably put down 20 things and, there were things that I would expect, but there was one thing and I knew when I wrote it, it was kind of like, where did that go? It's not language that I would use. So it was curious to me. And I put a box around it. Then it went to other things that you would expect, facilitator, online educator, teacher. And then when we were doing the meditation, like I felt like energy. It was the strangest thing.
Cool.
But the phrase that I wrote was vessel for new stories. And I didn't take it as from a podcast perspective. I took it as my own, like time for my own new stories, like from that perspective. But I guess it could be for.
Well, here's what I'm going to recommend you do is you just net it down to one word. And the word would be, for me, it would be one or two, because new is going to be new regardless, either vessel or stories. And I really like vessel because I think vessel is a dynamic, So now, so just say, I choose to be a vessel.
I choose to be a vessel.
I will be a vessel.
I will be a vessel.
I am a vessel.
I am a vessel.
So take that word vessel, if that's the right one for you, and put it on your refrigerator, on your computer monitor, on your mirror. And every time you see it, say it. Because when you do that, you're going to bring this intention into your present moment. So it's because all you have is what you're sharing right then. Like it kind of clears the clutter and brings you right to your mantra. So that is your mantra now for 2 months.
What I love about this is that I never use that word ever. So I'm curious about it, which will make me do it because it's almost like not trying to solve a puzzle, but it's just curious. So I will do that.
And openness and curiosity is such a gift, to be open and curious. The only phrase I would notice is make me do it. Like you're choosing to do it. We never should all of ourselves, could, would have to, make, necessary. No, we are in choice with how we get to express our love for ourselves.
It's so ingrained. I didn't even hear myself say that.
I know. So that's part of the beauty of, as I guide these coaches, people now say Jillism. So it's like, oh, here's the tough Jill. She's coming out. The tough love Jill, which I got from my dad.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. Wow.
So now write down one practice that you could do. And we make sure that the practices are super kind and specific and measurable. So this, my guess is you're going to be really good at this. So this is, think of one practice that is achievable and doable, that is a practice around being a vessel for new story. So I don't know what that is for you, but it would be one practice that you can actually do, and then commit to a minimum amount of time or a minimum number of times, and then the frequency. So an example would be, I will blah, 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 for a minimum of blah, 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 blah times per hour, day, week, month, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the practice that I would pick, it was something I used to use in my corporate days. I'll amend it for this, but I used to, when I was at my busiest, just wake up for 5 minutes, set my alarm, put my hand over my heart, and give myself that space to do nothing, to not make a decision, to not do anything. And so this would be amended to say, I'm just this empty vessel. I'm here. I'm just here.
And you're right. So your practice then, so your vessel is your mantra, and your practice will be, I will start my day saying my mantra to myself.
Mm-hmm. I will start my day saying my mantra to myself, hand over heart.
And you could say for a minimum of 5 minutes or a minimum of 2 minutes, right? Because here's what's important. And I also recommend that people don't say, I'm going to do it every day, that you always give yourself 1 or 2 days Sabbath free time, because we're really good at being critical and overachievers. We're not really good at being kind to ourselves. So if we can make it really kind, say, I'll do this a minimum of 1 time, 5 days a week. Then when you overachieve, you feel like a rock star.
Yeah.
Versus underachieve, and you kind of feel like you're right back in your canyon of, habits and safe and fearful places.
I commit to 5 minutes a day, Monday through Friday.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
excellent.
Yay.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful. I can't wait to report back and see what this is all about.
I can't wait to come back in here. It's going to be a whole nother
exactly.
session for us.
Exactly. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'll link up all your info in the show notes. And again, I really appreciate your time. This was amazing. Thank you.
Ditto. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I know there are many ways you can spend your time. Thank you for choosing to spend it with me. Until our paths cross again, be kind to yourself and show your warrior spirit some love. If you know anyone who could benefit from today's episode, please pass it on. And many thanks for supporting the show by subscribing and leaving a review. It means a lot, and it helps others find their way to our circle. If you'd like to access the show notes, have a question you'd like addressed on a future episode, or would like a transcript of this episode, visit www.athenawellness.com/podcast. Until next time, be well.